Hey there, welcome back for video 4 in this series. I did not make it last time to bass lines, descending bass lines, and so I wanted to get onto that today. And I'm going to use an A form chord here. This should be really easy to follow what I'm doing. I'm basically going to be using the middle 4 strings of the A chord. So I'm going to do like a half bar really. I'm not playing the F sharp. That's not in the chord that I want to play here. But what I'm going to do is a little finger picking thing right here. And then I'm going to take that bass note and I'm going to change it at each measure to kind of walk it down, starting at the D. So first I'm going to do one that's in A major. Then I'll try to do one that is in A minor, just to show you the different things that go on. This is a nice thing that you can add to your playing to add some interest, basic interest. It's really not the super highly ornamented picking sounds of like a Chet Atkins or something like that, but it's definitely not bad music. I think sometimes we see the awesome gifts and dedication and skills of these guys and we think, well, why try? We'll just let Chet Atkins play it all. But the truth of the matter is that a lot of music and a lot of musicians are not that highly ornamented, right? But we do want some ornamentation. Sometimes you strip it down to nothing. You strip the music absolutely down to almost nothing, and the simpler the better, and it creates this amazing sound. I mean, rock music is basically the invention of how to use distortion on perfect intervals. I mean, that in many ways that's where metal gets its birth, and perhaps using a few Lydian scales or Dorian scales or something like that. but basically what we want is this simple concept to begin to add some ornamentation. Maybe in your playing you won't make it to the point of playing Chet Atkins standards. Maybe you will, but that won't matter. What will matter is whether your rhythm is sweet, your tone is sweet, and you're playing the notes that you choose to play. That's really what's going to be important, because music is still good music as long as it has those basic concepts to it. You don't have to be Eddie Van Halen to make great music. That's something important to know, and I think Eddie Van Halen would say that. I think so, because he's probably listened to some people who make music and they're clearly not as good as he is on the guitar. So let's move on from that, and let me just show you the simple bass line. So what I'm going to do is just pick the 4 notes, and I'm going to change the bass by walking it down through a D, a C sharp, a B, an A, and then a G sharp. Okay? So take a listen to this. Okay. Now, I did not, so my bass line was going. That's a simple way to add flavor in it, and if you bring some different tempos into it, you can bring some really fun stuff there. Like, let's suppose I'm going to do that with just the A, C sharp, and the D. Okay, so I'll be like, okay, that's a fun little upbeat, kind of a Caedmon's Call-ish sort of a sound to it right there. So you can do this really with any chord. Now some chord forms it's gonna be harder because you only have 4 fingers, so it's gonna be harder to get there and do it, but we can do it with some other stuff. I can do it with A minor, right? Right? So let's see. So there's your basic ascending and descending bass, which can create a lot of interest. And a lot of times, the bass player in the band might be doubling that an octave lower, or playing some small riff and coming back onto that at certain points in that, and that creates a feeling of movement within the music. And you can play that same, you can use that same concept in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be the bass that's changing. I can be running down within the key on a high note. So in the D form chord, which I was talking about in the last video on chord crushing and these related chords, I could start here with a fifth above D, a fourth, third, second, right? And then blow it. No. Yeah. Right. So again, simple stuff. Oh no. Oh, I made a mistake. Right. You gotta watch out for making a mistake. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, I guess there's points where you don't want to make a mistake, but on a simple instructional video, make a little mistake. Not that big of a deal. All right. So check that out. Check out the ways that you can create those little moving bass lines within things. And that'll start to build to larger things as you go along.